Are you ready to know the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair, the Euro USD? Well, welcome. Thank you guys for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday. I know today it is the 7th of August 2024, a day that I always, if you always follow these live streams, you know that Monday to Friday, I always jump onto these live streams to basically share what the direction of the day for the world's most traded pair. For some reason, so many people or so many traders out there, they prefer trading the Euro USD. So personally, this is the pair I trade, and every Monday to Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. my local time, that's East African time, I jump onto these live streams to basically share what I feel or think the direction of the day is going to be like. And this is based off of my 50% win rate strategy that gives me a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. Basically, I'm going to be diving into that just in a bit. But before maybe we even get there, the thing I would like you guys to understand that by now, if you can't objectively identify your age, or basically you can't identify your setup when it has formed in the markets, then I really advise you not to go for any live trading or even come let it be prop farm challenges. Do not go for them if you can't objectively identify your age. So my advice to you would be that right now what you should be doing is for you to actually go back test. I know it feels a bit harsh, but go back test enough. Go back test at least 100 trades. Once you've collected that data, your mind will be attuned to your strategy. Your mind will be able to identify your strategy, or your mind will be able to basically identify your age when it appears in the market. Try and think about it like being at the gym. The more reps you put in, the better you become, the better shaped your body gets. So try and think about it that way. So go back test enough, and then once you've gotten enough data, write on maybe paper, and also in your mind, you'll be able to actually be able to have, you know yourself identify your age right as it appears. So basically, this is my advice to you today. So with my strategy, I told you guys it is a 50% win rate strategy, and with this strategy I'm able to get at least a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. This enables me stay profitable in the markets. I'm so grateful for whoever is joining right now. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you taking time and joining me on these live streams. Monday to Friday, I get onto these live streams to be able to share what I believe or what I think the direction on the Euro USD is going to be like, based off of my strategy, which is a 50% win rate strategy. So thank you so much for whoever's joining right now. I'm truly grateful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So if you are a trader, understand that here you are dealing or you're playing with the game of probabilities. You need to understand this very well. So once you have an edge in the market, you must allow that edge to always play out in form of probabilities. So you always have to let this play out. Do not think that, let's say, that particular trade that you're putting on at that moment is what is going to become a winner. Don't think like this. Always evaluate yourself after a series of trades, maybe after 10 trades, 20 trades, or if you're to look at it in terms of maybe after a month, or after a quarter, or maybe after half a month, or even after 1 year. This is how you're going to be evaluating your trades, or basically evaluating your strategy that you trade. So for me, so far I've traded this particular strategy to the dot or to the tick at least for more than a year now, and I've been able to gather good data about the strategy. I'm confident as I enter trades. I know that even if it's a loser, I'll be able to stay profitable in these markets. So in just a bit, I'm going to be sharing my data to basically show you what the kind of results I've been having for over a year now, to show you. So if this is a type of strategy that you would like to also trade, then definitely you can trade the same way. I'm someone who likes sharing, so you should be able to trade the same way I trade with this particular strategy. I'll be giving you exactly everything about this strategy right in this live stream. So if you're able to look at my screen right now, you can clearly see that these are my monthly comments from the time I started trading this particular strategy in May of 2023. So you can clearly see that under my monthly comments, I've been having green months all the way through. You can see right there, these are all green months. So it is a profitable strategy. So if you've been looking for a strategy to trade, this is definitely one of those strategies that you could start trading. As I've told you, I'm going to be sharing everything about this particular strategy right here in this live stream so that you're able to actually start trading the same way. So when you see at when you look at my percentage gain in terms of profits, you can see the month of May I had a 5%, June I had a 6%, July I had a 7%, August I had a 1%. That is August last year. Then September I had a 5%. October was a good month. I actually had a 23%. Then when it came to this year, 2024, January I had an 18%, February I had a 4%, March I had a 7%, April has so far been my best month with a 25%. Then May I had a 12%, June I had a 5%, and July, the month that we just previously concluded, I had an 11%. So that's the type of strategy that I trade. So I believe that if you trade the same strategy, you can be able to get the same results as I've just showed you right there. So personally, every single morning before I trade, because I'm someone who basically trades the London session, my entries are always taken in the London session. I'm someone who basically, likes to follow some kind of routine every single morning. And amongst my routine things that I do is basically before I even get onto the charts, I like to basically check this particular website to basically see what they are saying when it comes to the fundamentals. So right here, you can see Bloomberg.com. That's a website I always check out before I even jump onto the charts. Now, if you know me very well, or if you've been following me very well, you know that I'm a purely technical trader. But the reason I like checking out some of these fundamentals is for me basically not to be on the wrong side of the fundamental side, because you don't want to be on the opposite side of the fundamentals. So in case there's any major news that has maybe dropped, I don't want to be on the opposite side. By major news, I mean maybe major political news, or maybe major geopolitical news, or maybe any tragedies that have happened in the world. I don't want to be on the opposite side of that kind of news. So when it comes to the Euro USD, which is the pair I trade, I like to see what they're saying about the euro, what they're saying about the United States dollar, to basically acquaint myself with the knowledge they've shared on their website. So basically, this is the website. If you want to check out this particular pair, which is Euro USD, you basically come to www.bloomberg.com, and then you're able to come under markets right here. Then check out currencies. You'll be able to, filter out your particular currency. For me, it is the Euro USD. So once I'm on this page, I'm able to check out the related news on this particular. Basically, I'm able to check out the particular news they've shared on the Euro USD. So you can see number one here: stocks rally, yen drops. as BOJ eases rate worries. Okay, so this was released 19 minutes ago. We're not so much concerned about this. We're only looking out at for news on the euro or the United States dollar. So roller coaster trade continues. Nomura says so. This is about the Japanese yen still, Japanese yen, Pakistani dollar, bonds rally. So there's nothing major really. When we look at this, remember I told you I'm only and only looking out for major news. If there's nothing major, then I'm not concerned about that particular news. So basically, that's me. That's how I trade, and it's basically what I do on a very daily basis. Every morning, this is what I do before I even jump onto the chart. So I basically check out the fundamental side. I see what exactly are the major news they are having. Then once I'm done with Bloomberg.com, the other website I like checking out is this right here. It's called forexfactory.com. So with this website, they basically share be dropping in the day or for that particular day. So today, which is 7th of August 2024, when we look at what exactly, if there are any red folder news events, because for me, I filtered out for this particular website to only show me the calendar red folder news events. And today, which is the 7th, there's nothing like that. So when it comes to my to the euro or USD, there's nothing as a red folder news event. So I'm glad this is this way. I don't have to maybe exit some of my trades as this news drops. You know, sometimes as traders, there are so many traders out there that I also know that when it comes to these news events, they like to be out of the market. They basically cut their trades short as these news events drop, because sometimes maybe if you're to take a loss, you might end up taking a bigger loss from what you had earlier anticipated, just because of maybe the widened spreads during these news events when they are dropping. So sometimes to avoid such things, you just cut your trades short. You just exit your trades and you look to trade maybe another day. So basically, that's the type of trade I am. And this is what I've been doing. These are the kinds of routines I go through, and I'm happy. I'm at peace with that. So basically, this is the fundamental side. And then once I'm done checking out the fundamentals, this is when I jump onto the chart. So what we're looking at right here, this is the price action on the 1 hour time frame for the Euro USD. So personally, when it comes to my particular strategy that I trade, it is a strategy that bases off the previous day's daily candle, and I basically like to see how it opened, how it formed its high, its low of the day, and how price closed. I like looking at this, and this is where I basically base my strategy off of. So when you look at the price action for the previous day, which was the 6th of August 2024, price opened right here, and then it closed right here. So it formed its high as this, and then its low as this. So this is the entire price action for the previous day, which was the 6th of August 2024. So you can see that's the price action. So what I like to look out for is on this 1 hour time frame, price basically for the previous day, it leaves some kind of area of interest. And when I talk about area of interest, I'm looking or basically talking about things like maybe a fair value gap, or maybe an order block, or maybe equal highs or equal lows. Price always likes to come back for this on the next day. Price comes, maybe taps into these areas, or takes liquidity that is resting around those areas, or closes, let's say, fair value gap. And then once it has done that, price always reverses in the other opposite direction. So price always does this, and this is basically where I crafted my strategy from. So when we look at the previous day's price action, we can see right here, you can see there's this level right here down. So this is a great area of interest. There are some stops resting right below here. There are stops resting right below here. So price, I expect price to come take out, this particular level. Maybe let me try and draw something. So I expect price to come take out this particular level, and then once it has taken, this is event number one. If price actually doesn't do this, another thing, so when I see from yesterday, you can see price left a fair value gap, and because of this change of character, price was able to form this particular order block. So this is another area of interest from yesterday. So this is another area of interest. Let me try and mark that out very well so that I know the specific level I'll be looking at. So let me try and zoom in so that this is marked out very well. Okay, so this is good. This is very good. So the other level I'll be looking at today is for price to basically come all the way up here. Price comes all the way up here, takes out once it has done that action. So these are the two key levels I'll be looking at today. So once price gets to these levels, I'll be reacting off of what price will do at these levels. So level number one is this down here at 1.09032. Once price gets there, then I'll be looking to actually react off of what price will do. Then the other level is up here, this level 1.09630. Once price gets to this level, I'll be looking to react to what price will do. And usually you can see when it comes to analysis, I do it on this 1 hour time frame, but when it comes to entries, I enter on the 5-minute time frame. So on the 5-minute, so basically when price gets to any of these levels, I drop down to the 5-minute time frame to basically try and wait for price to form what I call an inversion fair value gap. So once price covers a fair value gap, for example, this is what I mean by an inversion fair value gap. You can see, for example, here, there was a fair value gap right there. So there's a fair value gap because price expanded and then left a fair value gap. But then this particular candle right here, this particular candle was able to close that gap. It was able to close it. So that's what I call an inversion fair value gap. So on the 5-minute time frame, once price forms an inversion fair value gap, then I'm entering right there. So that's how I make my entries. And usually I use a 10 pip stop loss. And when it comes to the take profit, I always use a 30 pip stop loss. A 30 pip take profit. So the reason I use 30 pips is because I found that averagely on a daily, price moves at least 30 pips on this Euro USD. At least price moves 30 pips. So I'm able to capitalize on this, but sometimes or many times I'm able to squeeze this to at least a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio so that I make extra profits from these markets. So basically, this is how I trade. It is how I've traded for over a year. And as I've showed you my results, they are very, very profitable results, guys. So if you've been looking for a strategy to trade, this is one of those you could probably consider starting to trade. So basically, this is the direction of the day. Hope you do have some questions. If in case you do have any kinds of questions in regards to this, you can jump in the comments, leave your question there. I'll be gladly answering you back. And for me, when it comes to entries, I do I like to enter at least between 9 a.m. my local time, at least up to about 11:59 a.m. That's the time I'm looking for these levels to be taken out and me making my entries. And then when it comes to if you're in the if you're let's say using the New York time, I like to make my entries at least between 2 a.m. New York time up to about 4:59 a.m. New York time. So basically, this is the time I trade, or this is the time I make my entries. And then once I've entered, I let price do its thing. I don't do anything. And remember, as I told you yesterday, it is okay to take a loss, guys. It's not the end of the world. There's always another day to trade. So don't think that one trade you've lost, it's the end of you. That's not how it is. If you've lost a trade, it is okay. Wait for the next day. Your age maybe will appear again or it won't appear, but just wait for another day to trade. Don't dwell on that one loss. Provided you followed each and every step or procedure in your trading plan, then it is okay to make a loss. It is very okay for you to lose a trade. It is okay. You're not the only person. Even other people do lose trades. So this is it for today. In case you do have any questions for me, jump right in the comments. Leave your question there. I'll be answering you back. In case of any questions, don't forget to leave them. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be catching you tomorrow, same time, right here on the channel. Thank you. Have a great week and a great trading day.